right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. As always, I hope you guys can hear. Please let me know if the audio is not working before we start. But if the audio is fine, as always, thank you so much for joining the webinar. And my name is Eugene, and I will be hosting this webinar again this week. Some of you may have noticed that in the invitation, today's webinar was supposed to be about avatars, about the update that we had. But due to the update being so large, there were some unfortunate delays, so we are going to push this webinar back to next week. So please come back next week, as we are so excited to share these amazing updates that are coming to our avatar tool next week, okay? This week, we are going to, audio is good, perfect, thank you so much. So this week, we are going to just do a basic Akool 101. And as an apology, I don't want to take too much of your time because you were expecting avatars. I will try to keep this webinar as quick as possible. And so no introduction, I will just go straight into it. Let's see. Share screen. Okay, so this webinar will mainly be for those of you that have some difficulties using our program, or maybe you're new, and this will help you understand how Akool works. And again, I'm sorry if I start coughing in the middle of the webinar. And at the end of the webinar, we are going to do a Q&A session where I will send out a form where you can type in, or you can submit that you've been here, you've been at the webinar, type in your name, your email, and as a thank you, we will provide 600 credits as a token of our gratitude, because we appreciate so much that you guys join this webinar every week. Or maybe it's the first time you're here. If so, I hope you enjoy. So if you don't know how to use our platform, you just go to akool.com. From here, if you don't have an account yet, you can click on join our free trial. Sorry, let me move my Zoom thing out of the way. Okay, from here, you can click on join our free trial, or just click on get started, and you can see our amazing set of tools. We have image generator, face swap, background change, realistic avatar, talking photo, and video translate. So I will go through every single one, just a very quick tutorial and walkthrough of every tool. If you have any questions, please say it in the chat. I'll see if I can answer it as we go. If not, I'll answer all of the questions that you put in the chat at the end of the webinar during the Q&A. So let's start off with image generator, one of my favorite tools. So very simple. Just think of anything you want and you can type it here, like a watermelon flying in space, something like that. But if you are not feeling creative, today's just not your day, you just brain fog for some reason, you can click on any of the examples that Akool provides, like mascot for the year of the rabbit. If you refresh the page, completely new examples, like cat playing piano or Elon Musk on a tightrope. But for example, I could do a tropical island, and it'll take a few seconds and it will still start loading, and you could scroll down to see everything you've made in the past. For example, I've already made a tropical island one like this. It'll pop out 4 pictures. From here, you can click on, let's see, you can click on variations. So it'll produce the same image, but different variations of it, obviously. Or you can click on get 4K. And when you click on get 4K, then a downloadable image pops up like this one. So this was this image, I believe. I clicked on get 4K and it pops this out. And from here, you can click on download to download the image. And the reason why Akool is so cool is because you know how you saw that we have 5 other tools. Each tool integrates with each other and you can use everything alongside each other. So, for example, this image is the one I just created. Here, I just want to show you some of the other ones I made. I've been going off on these very funny looking derpy fruits and vegetables. I just thought it was kind of fun. I'm trying to make a TikTok video out of it, but going back on topic, so here's the image that I produced, and let's see. Let's go to background change. So from here, you upload any picture you want. So I will do a picture of this. Give it 1 second. It's a tropical island scented. There we go. Air freshener. So from here, you can go down here, upload any image you want. Click on this and you can upload an image to set as a background. Or you can use any of the images provided by Akool, like this watercolor, this wallpaper, this bestseller, get special discount. Or here's a Beyond. So Beyond is our image generator. This is the image that I just created. You saw me. Or I didn't just, I created it before the webinar, but you saw that it was produced by Beyond. If I click on it, there it is. And I can use this. Let's see, tropical island. I am going to, let's see, make it bigger. Oh, you see this divot right here? That I'm going to put it right there to make it seem like just like that. And then click on generate. So from here, you can click on my library, and these background change images should be instant. So it should be this one right here. But due to my Wi-Fi being, oh, sorry. Due to my Wi-Fi being a little slow, it might take a little longer for them to load. If you have quicker Wi-Fi than mine, then these images will probably produce a lot quicker. So just give it 1 second as they load. You can see some of the images that I made before. For example, this image is also created with Beyond, our image generator. I typed in astronaut snowboarding, and this is the image that it produced, and I used my face. It doesn't have to be a product. You could even do pictures of yourself or anyone else. But in this example, I did a picture of my face, so now I'm snowboarding as an astronaut. And here's an example I did in the past webinars of this Oregon rainforest clone in a rainforest. And here's another picture of the astronaut. And here it is. Look at that. So it's a tropical island air freshener on a tropical island produced by Beyond. Good morning, Shaw. How are you? All right. So that is the background change and image generator that works so perfectly well together. And let's move on to face swap, one of our best tools. So from here, you can go here from the tool section, or if you just type in faceswap.akool.com, you can find this. You can scroll down through our page, read everything, why our face swap is so awesome, why Akool is the best. Here you can play around with this. This is the original and this is the after, if you can tell the difference. But moving on, from here, you can hover over tips to see what kind of videos and pictures that you should input. For example, make sure it's JPEG and PNG, JPG, JPEG, PNG, under 30 megabytes. And if it's a video, MP4, MOV, AVI, and under 300 megabytes and under 3 minutes long. And make sure it's not blurry, not exposed, no side faces. Sometimes it will work, but try to keep it just front and center. That way the AI can really capture the essence of your subject. And try to not have as much movement, but I found that even if there is movement, our AI is very capable of capturing the face. These are just tips, so that way it could produce the best result. From here, you can choose a file, or go into history. And I will do one from history, so just click on the check mark, try this material. And the reason I'm going to do this video is to show you that there are multiple people, and this works with pictures as well, picture or video. It will try to capture all of their faces. I will do, as you can see, it has all of the faces. Sometimes it will have a repeat. I learned that you don't have to do every single one. For example, her face shows up multiple times. This is just the AI trying its best to make sure that it captures everyone's faces. So if they show up multiple times, apparently you don't have to do every single one. So for example, for her, I could just do, let's see, I will do a picture of I guess her. And then her, let's do her and him. So in this picture, even though it's not his entire face, it's only his forehead, we'll see that it still works. For example, I can do a picture of, see, who should I do? I guess a picture of him. And then from here, you can click on, you can change this to make them look older or younger. For this example, let's try older, and you can enhance their face. So enhancing the face just makes it a lot more clear. It adds a filter to remove any blemishes that might appear on their faces or skin. So I will leave it off for now. Click on high quality face swap. And if you didn't like this content or this video and you wanted to upload something else, you can just click on change content here, or just go back and upload it again, or you have the history material here. And let's do another one for fun. Here is a picture of The Rock. And I want to see what I would look like. Let's change this back to 0. If I if I tanned myself, grew 100 pounds of muscles, and went bald. So let's see what that looks like. Oh, here it is. Instant. So pictures are usually very quick. Yeah, no, I think I'll stay the way I am. I think I'll stay. I think he looks better in his own body than I do in his. Here's one I did earlier just for fun. It was putting Elon Musk's face on myself. And then here's an example of the video that we tested out. So face swapped, face swapped. So one reason I find this so cool is if you try other face swap programs, and I've mentioned this before, when there's occlusion or if there's anything in front of the face, a hand gesture, a mustache, a beard, facial hair, even if the hair is in front of the face, like my hair, like this, is covering my forehead, right? A little bit of my eyes, or glasses, you'll see that the face swap will break. There will be blurry lines. You'll see the filter messing up. The video itself might get blurry. Sometimes some programs I've showed in a face swap benchmark webinar a few weeks ago is you'll see the filter. It's a square. It's not just the face. You could literally see the square that they pasted onto the video, and you can see that it's a clear video, and then it becomes blurry right here because it's not face swapping correctly. But you can see in ours that even with the glasses, and even though there's reflection in the glasses here, and I can't promise that this always works, but in most cases, whenever I tried, Akool's very good at working around anything that's in front of the face. So even though it's not even just the glasses, the hat, or her hair is kind of in her face. And you think this is very small, but if you try other face swap programs, even this part, this hair that's covering this like eighth of her face, you can see that sometimes it won't work well. So you can see here's a face swap. Very nice. I think that's very cool. And let's see. Yeah, those are the examples that I came up with for the face swap. I think this is now I know. Now I know I don't want to grow this much muscle and become tan and bald. But he looks good. Just not me. Just not me. Let's move on to avatar. So I will not spend as much time on our avatar since, again, we are having an update that's coming next week. Please be excited for it because I'm very excited to share with you guys the update. So we have this new page that comes up for now. Just click on try now and it brings you to the avatar page. Right now, it's still the same as the usual one, but just in case you've never used Akool, you have all of your avatars. You have female and you have male. And I will just create something fun, just something short. So you can upload any of your assets, or you can you can upload any generated images, but let's see. For example, I could upload a video of the news. Maybe I want to do a news thing, but today I will just do a fun one like this. Here's a picture I uploaded from the internet. Here's a picture of two dogs. I will put them down a little bit. And then where did my avatar go? Just click on the image, send to back, and my avatar pops up. I will move her right here. I can make her a little bit bigger if I wanted to. And then let's move the dog image a little bit down. Go to text. I will do this and why my parents should get me a dog. Here's a presentation on why my parents should get me a dog. And then let's see. Spread it out. And I will put it up here as the titles. Put this down a little bit more. And then from here, I could just do why my why my parents should get me a dog. And you can change the voice from a female to male. You can change the language, and you can even change the voice. For example, you can click on this
Hi,
to
my name is Ruth.
hear what they sound like. So if I do Ruth, if you click on this, you can see, oh,
Why my parents should get me a dog.
sorry, that was a typo. So you can hear them say your line, so that way you can test
Why my parents should get me a dog.
you can test it out before you generate it. So for example, I could do um because they are cute. I could say because they are cute. Or if I want to resonate with them even more, what I could do, translate Google to because they are cute, change it to Korean, type it in here, change this to Korean, and
왜냐하면 그들은 귀엽기 때문이다.
because they're cute. And I could present this to my parents. Just click on generate. And then they'll see my avatar explaining why I should get a dog in Korean. And they're gonna be like, oh, you know what? You're right, Eugene. You're so right. You should get a dog. So these are loading. I think our avatars are, I think the servers are a little bit backed right now. So this might not show up during the webinar. So I will show you an example I made during the last webinar, which was why are donuts healthy?
Why are donuts healthy? Because Eugene said so.
It's true. It's because I said so. So that is the avatar. I'm just going to show you that because we do have an update coming out very soon again. So please tune in next week. So excited for it. So let's see. Image generator done, face swap, background change, avatar. Let's go to talking photo. So from here, what we can do, again, just hover over tips to see what you can upload. It's very similar to the face swap images. Make sure it's not blurry, not exposed, and no side faces. These two formats and under 30 megabytes. You can click on choose file to upload an image or history. I will do this history. Exact same thing like the avatar. You can say, thank you for being in this Akool webinar. But here's a tip.
Thank you for being in this Akool webinar.
You see how she says Akool? Because Akool is not a word. So when she reads it, she's going to read it as Akool. So what you can do whenever you're typing in anything, this includes avatar too. It's not just for talking photo. You can do or video translate, which I will show you later. You can do a space cool. So even though it's not spelled out correctly, the listeners or the viewers of this image or the avatar or the video translated video are not going to see the text that you put in. So it's going to pop out as
Thank you for being in this Akool webinar.
there you go. She said it correctly. So just a small tip for you guys. If you don't like this, just click on change content and you can upload a new video. And exactly like the avatar, you can just let's remove Akool. You can just punch it into Google Translate, or if you can type it in yourself, you just type it in yourself. I don't have a Korean keyboard. And then the Korean, if you give it 1 second, there we go. And
이
just click on
웨비나에
high
참여해
quality
주셔서
generate.
감사합니다.
And these should also be fairly quick, but I made them beforehand just in case. So here,
Thank you so
And
much
here's
for
a
attending
Korean
this
one.
Akool webinar.
이번
There we
웨비나에
go.
참여해 주셔서
Oh,
정말
I
감사합니다.
didn't mean to click on
이번
it twice.
웨비나에 참여해 주셔서 정말
And I
감사합니다.
believe our last one should be video translate. Okay, so translate video and voice with AI. I believe it was last week where we went over the update, but I will go over it one more time very quickly. So from here, tips, you can see some of the languages we provide. I believe we provide a little bit more than this. You can check, just click on this. You can see all of the languages that we have. Try to avoid background music, but I found that oftentimes it will still work, but it's just better without background music. Because it'll be easier to catch the voices, make sure it's very clear. But if it's necessary, then it will still work oftentimes. Try to avoid multiple people. So this is mainly for the lip sync. So when you translate a video and you want them to look like they're speaking the language, then it's better if there's only one person, so that way the AI knows who's talking. And the resolution must be between 360 and 360 and 4096 and 4096, and video must be less than a minute long and less than 300 megabytes. So again, you can click on upload new video, or you can click on one you've uploaded. For example, it will ask you if you want a video. Hi. Hi, I would like a baguette. So this is the one I made last week of me trying to order a baguette. So maybe I want to learn how to order a baguette in French. So just click on French, and you can leave this on or off. Regardless of whether you have this on or off, the credit or the price amount will be exactly the same. So all this will change is the processing time. If you have it off, it will process a lot quicker. But if you have it on, it shouldn't take too long either way. But the price is still the same. So just click on translate this video, and you get sent to this new page. From here, you can click on My Library to go straight to the library. You can click on Leave to go back to the page that we were just at, so you can do another video, so you can process as many videos as possible. Or if you're impatient, you could just stare at the number of processing video until it reaches 100%. We're not going to do that. So we are going to go to My Library. And because this is loading, I already did it for you guys. If you click on this, you'll see that
Salut, bonjour. Je voudrais une baguette, s'il vous plaît.
it's translated, but where's the lip sync?
Bonjour. Je voudrais une baguette.
It's not syncing. So what you do is you delete it. No, I'm just kidding. You go to edit, and from here, you can edit it. So in case it's sometimes too fast or slow. So as you may know, languages aren't a direct translation of each other. Every language has their own grammar rules, own ways of saying phrases. So some of you may have noticed if you translate one video to another language, it might be super quick. They might be talking. If I translate a Korean video to an English video, it might translate like this, and then all of a sudden it starts talking really quick. Because in the video itself might be too short. It might have been a perfect length for the Korean language, but as for English, maybe the words are too long. So if I want to say, for example, 안녕하세요, like which is hi. Or what if I say hi to you? That was literally just a clip. I said hi, and it translated to Korean. And in Korean, it's 안녕하세요. It's a lot longer than hi. So if my video was like half a second long of me just saying hi, they would have to squeeze 안녕하세요 into that half a second. So what you'll notice is in these videos, sometimes the translation will be very quick, and you can fix that. Or if there's a translation error, you can fix that as well. So just go here. Hi, salute. It sounds right, but you can change it to blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. I'll leave this in as an example, or I'll just leave it as an example for now. You can change the language to a different one if you want to. You can download the video here, but this is the original. So go to translated, and here's the translated that we saw
Salut,
earlier.
bonjour. Je voudrais une baguette, s'il vous plaît.
This is the one we saw earlier with no lip sync. And from here, you can click on free redub, 3 out of 3. You get 3 free. And it will redub your video into whatever you type here, whatever you type here. And you can click on this to do same thing as here. It's the same thing. Click on new language to do a different language. Whoops, I backed up. and then lip sync. So this is lip sync.
Salut. Bonjour. Je voudrais une baguette, s'il vous plaît.
See, now I can
Bonjour. Je voudrais une baguette, s'il vous plaît. Bonjour. Je voudrais.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't speak French. But if I wanted to learn, who better to teach me than myself? I could just listen to myself learn how to speak French. And that is the video translator. Let's see. If I have some other examples. Here's an example. If you've never heard of rug ball, it's very fun sport where it's a mix of rugby and basketball. So it's basically basketball.
In 2020, Greens forgot his glasses at home. A ferocious, monstrous knockout fight. The referee is like a weather forecast host.
So this is originally in Russian, but it's basketball, but everyone's wrestling with each other. I wonder, yeah, I don't think it looks so fun, but obviously it takes place in Russia, so the commentators might be in Russian, so I can translate it to English so I can understand what is going on. Or a more relatable example might be this. So let's see. Oh, sorry, 1 second. It's fine. So one might be the Super Bowl. So if you're outside of the US, you probably have not heard of the Super Bowl, or you just don't care about it, or maybe you are interested in it, but because it's primarily a US sport, the commentators are going to be English. And you could have them translated. You could have subtitles, but it just won't be the genuine reaction of the original commentators. But if you translate it,
只能感受到外面的人数像是发生了什么事情。第一轮共和目标排在哪里？
you can have the genuine reactions of the original commentators just translated. You could do gaming content like here.
मैं स्टारड्यू वैली खेलना चाहता हूँ चलो करते हैं चलो ये खेलते हैं मुझे यहाँ दिक्कत हो सकती है देखो
I don't know if you've ever played this game before. It's very, very relaxing. And you can translate anything. Or one reason I like that the fact that lip syncing is an option is if you're trying to translate an ad or a trailer, a lot of times, very often, you will have voiceovers. So you don't want them speaking, or you don't want the lip sync to be there.
Transmitting electronic items need to be set to airplane mode and turn Wi-Fi off. If electronic devices cannot be switched to airplane,
like it would be kind of weird if you would see her speaking all of this in the man's voice. But because this is lip sync turned off, we can have it translated and it looks perfectly fine. So that is, I believe, all of the tools. So that is Akool 101. The basics of Akool. I will go answer your questions very soon, but before that, I want to talk about some ways that you can make some money. Very fun. So, oh, I forgot to mention, I sometimes get this question, but if you go to FaceSwap, click on API, you can get your token from here. I don't know if you guys need to know this, but sometimes I get asked how to get a token. It's just right here, API, get token. And let's see. So one way you can make money is a creative fund. If you're someone that likes to make videos, just upload it, see how well it does. And if it does well, go to Creator Fund. You can type in akool.com/creator fund, or just like I did, go to resources, Creator Fund. From here, you can scroll down. How does it work? Very simple steps. Produce a video utilizing or featuring Akool. So it doesn't have to be specific, just only about Akool. It could be, for example, top 5 AI tools, and Akool could be number 1. But if you're if it's sorry, if it's not, I'm sorry, if it's not centered around Akool, the video should have a watermark. I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of brain fog. So publish your creative pieces, you publish it and then see how well it does. And based on how many views you get, you can submit the video and get money. So for example, YouTube, a minimum, you can only submit it if it reaches above 500 views. And once it does, you'll get $25 per 1,000 views, up to 2,500. TikTok and YouTube Shorts, here's a minimum, CPM and max. Twitter or X, same thing. And you can just submit it by going over here. There we go. So that is Creator Fund. And then the other one, you can come over here, click on webinar. If you're ever curious on where to find our webinar, it's right here, Akool 101. And then the other one is affiliate program. So this, click on apply now, and you can fill out the Google form that pops up. Just answer all of these questions. But basically, you will get money for sharing your affiliate link with other users or other new users. So if you have any friends or family that are interested in Akool, or if you're just a social media person or a business that knows that people might be interested in Akool, let's say you make a YouTube video about the top 5 AI tools, and Akool's number 1. You can leave your affiliate link in the description, and every time someone signs up to Akool, purchases a plan, you will get money based on it. For example, let's see, 120. Oh yeah, so if you do 120 sales in 12 months, you get 20% commission on every single link. So the minimum for this example, the $30 a month, you would get $8,640 a year, and it could go all the way up to this if you get people to spend this much money a month. So that is the affiliate link. And we have one more. We don't have a page for it yet, but LinkedIn Akool Ambassador Program. I believe we should be making a page soon, but for now, if you just go on LinkedIn, it will show the Ambassador Program, which is you get hired and you have the responsibility to create 3 videos per month. Or it doesn't say here, but it's 3 videos per month, or spend 2 to 3 hours on your videos per month. Just make sure they're high quality, and be active in the webinars, Discord, and you guys are active in the webinar anyway, so you guys are doing this job already. And you'll get paid a monthly stipend of $300 to $1,000, depending on your activity, your background, your content quality. And before that, you need to create a video, an example of what you could do, and submit it for the interview process. And one of the interviewers will be me. So you will get to speak with me. But if you want to speak with me or the CEO at any point, you can just email info@akool.com or go on the Discord and ask for a video chat. And we are both free to discuss any feedback that you may have at any time. So this is the ambassador program. So 3 different ways. And if you are a part of the ambassador program, you are still allowed to submit to the creator fund. So you can make videos for ambassador, and maybe one of the videos does super well, you can submit it to creator fund. So if you like making videos, might as well apply. So yeah, we have ambassador, we have creator fund, and we have the affiliate program. 3 different ways to make money. And now we have 2 other ways to make some free credit, to earn some free credit, or 3, I guess. So one is the webinar, which you are a part of right now, 600 credits as a thank you. We have 2 other ways, which is, I mentioned before, it's G2. Go on G2, look up Akool, or go to Trustpilot Akool. Whoop. And leave a review on one of these or both, and you will get 500 credits on each review. But these reviews go through a review process, so it sometimes takes a long time for them to load. These reviews, I noticed, need to be lengthy and very, very detailed. You can't just say, Akool is very cool. You have to make sure it's very detailed. And then once you submit it for review, it'll take a few hours to maybe even a few days. And once it's gone through, just share the link with us, and we will award you 500 credits for each review as a thank you. And I believe that should be everything. So let me stop my share for now. Let me get out my... Okay. I'm getting the form out for you guys. There we go. So let me share my screen one more time because I want to walk you guys through the form. Okay, so I added a few things because we noticed that a lot of people are doing repeat forms with different accounts. So webinar credit, thank you for participating in our webinar. We hope you had as much fun attending as we did organizing it. Put in your name, put in the email associated with your Akool account, put in your work email, and then so enter a 4-digit number and comment in the chat. So for example, do 000 or 1234, but don't do these two. I noticed that in the last form, a lot of people did 1234. So don't do this. It will make it a little bit easier for me to make sure that everyone matches. Do like 5790 or 6790, some just a random 4-digit number. And then what would you like us to go over in the next webinar? Like API or next one will be avatar. You can type in avatar, but I will keep this in mind so I can plan out the next webinar, the webinar in 2 weeks. And then here's a new one. Just tell me how you found out about this webinar. Maybe it was Discord, maybe it was through email, LinkedIn, website, YouTube, or other. You can type in my bathroom. It doesn't matter. Whatever you'd like. But try to be honest. And then optional, you don't have to, but did you enjoy it? Do you have any feedback for me? And click on submit. So after you click on submit, remember this 4-digit number and type it into the chat. And yeah, exactly you guys are doing now. I'm going to keep this webinar open for another 2 to 3 minutes. So not that long. I'm going to close it very soon. Because I noticed that last time, because I kept the form open for too long, people got on different YouTube accounts to join the webinar and then submit the form with their other YouTube account. So I honestly don't know how to stop it besides just keeping the form open for as little as possible. I see, okay, Droid, Infotech, Vishal, Vaidik, Patel. I see you guys are doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Student Tech, please don't do 1, 2, 3, 4. Ariston, Sontek, please don't do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to ignore those. Do not use it. So you can edit it. You should be able to edit it. Just edit your number and then type it in again. Because if too many people use 1, 2, 3, 4, it makes it a little bit difficult to figure out who is not making duplicate accounts. Please, if you did 1, 2, 3, 4, please change it so you can get your credits for joining this webinar. Okay, let me go over some of your questions. Let's see. Okay, I will. Just please. The people I mentioned, I don't see a lot of you guys doing it again. Droid, Vishal, Kevadia, Vishal, please change 1, 2, 3, 4 if you can. But let's stop share and let me go over some of your questions. Okay. And I will keep the form open for maybe a minute or two. Let's see, it's 4:40. Okay, in 2 minutes. I'll close in 2 minutes. In August, I tested FaceSwap with $100 subscription. The speed and quality of the outputs are extraordinary. Congratulations. Oh, thank you, Luca. That means a lot. Unfortunately, I often had problems with service discontinuity, and unfortunately, I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, the differences between the references and the outputs were not always faithful. I congratulate you on the wonderful work you are doing, and I would like to know if you have any progress in this regard. Okay, Luca. So we, as a startup company, we are trying our best. 1 more minute. I will be closing the form in 1 more minute. But we're trying our best to make sure everything goes smoothly. But of course, there may be situations where issues may arise. So, Luca, if you are still here, or if anyone that is listening and that has similar issues where they come up with problems that they come across with, just I'm so sorry. I'm closing the form. Before I answer your question, I'm going to close the form. Okay. Okay. So to answer your question, we are trying our best to fix everything. But if right now you come across any problems, something's not working, errors are popping up, or the output is just not to your satisfaction, send or go to Discord, open a ticket, send, if you are okay with this, send me a video or the video you're trying to do or the picture and the output image, or email info@akool.com. You can open Discord or email info@akool.com and send the video and the output image that you're trying to do, or video translate, it doesn't matter, whatever you're trying to do. And I would be more than happy to test it out and try to figure out how to make it better on my end, and I will send it back to you. That way. I'm so sorry. So that way, because we really want you guys as our customers to be satisfied with our product. And obviously, we don't want you to use our product and realize that it's not even good, it doesn't work. So if that happens, feel free to send it to me either on Discord or through email, and I would be more than happy to test it out for you. Comedy Scott, for doing video swap, what's the max length? That is a very good question. Let's see if it says. It is 3 minutes, 180 seconds, Scott. 3 minutes. Okay. Let's see, API new things next time. Yeah, okay. So next week will be Avatar, and maybe in 2 weeks we will do API, depending on how many people would want to see API again. Because I did notice that a lot of you last webinar wanted to see a repeat on the API webinar. So I will see if there is enough of you that want to see API. For talking photo, will we be able to upload our own audio? I am currently not sure. It is very possible that they are working on something, but as of this moment, I am not sure. The only update that I'm very positive about that I want to talk about with you guys is the avatar, which is next week. So please come next week. Let's see. Any other questions about text to video API? Oh, Shaw, if you have an API question, email it to info@akool.com or just open a Discord ticket and we will be able to help you out easier from there. Because personally, I'm not that, I don't really know how all of the API things work. Yes, congrats on the great work. I'm using Akool for high-end corporate and medical clients. Oh, geez, may get tough. I yeah, got it that unfortunately I think my sickness developed into bronchitis, so that's why I'm coughing a lot. I apologize for coughing so much during this webinar. I hope it didn't annoy you guys, but we knew the form. James, I don't think I could renew the form as I kept it open for a long period of time. I'm sorry, James. I think if I don't want to keep it too long because I noticed that a lot of people maybe will tell I guess their friends to come on right now, or they'll make new accounts. And we really just want to award the people that stayed from the beginning to with the 600 credits. But we will have this 600 credit award again next week. So please join us again next week. I don't think I can open the form. I'm so sorry. You're currently adding audio in FCPX and then uploading to Akool to. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. So if there are any other questions, please ask them now. Otherwise, yeah, I'm sorry, James. I wish I could open the form, but next week, I promise we will have it again next week. So I will end the webinar in just a few seconds if there are no more questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this webinar. I hope it was helpful. I know this webinar was very basic. It went over just very basic information on how to use our tool, but I hope it answered some questions that some of you may have had, maybe a new user. Okay. Okay, if there are no more questions, I am going to end this webinar. As always, thank you so much for joining this webinar. We appreciate it so, so much that you are taking time out of your day, about an hour, so 48 minutes and 16 seconds at this point, to be a part of this webinar. Please join again next week. And if you ever want to talk to me, I'm somewhat active on Discord, so just go on Discord, just say hello in the general chat or open a ticket with me, and I will be more than happy to help out with any issue that you may have. Live face swap, I'm not sure. I will maybe I will talk about it next week. I can ask my boss about it, and maybe if he's okay with it, I can talk about it next week if we do have any plans. But currently, I am not sure. Thank you, James. I appreciate you too for joining this webinar and for being a lovely customer. Okay. Thank you. Have a great morning, evening, or night. Bye.